It is Friday, or as the kids say, it's Fri-yay. Sort of hate that term. I'm Jason DeRusha. Nice to have you with us on the CBS News Minnesota Morning Update. Boom! There's your forecast. We're not messing around today because look at this beauty. That is a stunner of a forecast. Should this be a top 10 weather day? I sort of think so. After the last 2 days, maybe we just needed a break from the Next Weather Center after having Next Weather Alert days 2 in a row. Now we're living the dream. This is perfect today. You want to see the weekend? I just wanted to hear the CBS chimes. I love it. Love it. What's the best day this weekend? I don't know. Today? Tomorrow? They both look great. Good chance to get out in the yard. Don't mow your lawn. Not supposed to mow your lawn. No mow. May. The people will come for you. There's a 7-day forecast. Let me tell you guys, on Instagram, I posted a little, you're real quick to punch to get to the forecast, but you don't want to get off it, do you? You don't want to get off the 7-day. Hit the button. I posted a little video of my lawnmower, but it was from last year. I was just saying on Instagram that we're getting ready for lawn-related content. And I got no less than 10 messages from people saying, it's no mow May. You're not supposed to mow. Like, my gosh. Chill out, people. Take it. It was file footage. I'm not mowing. Maybe I will mow. None of your business. It's none of your business. It's Good News Friday. We are celebrating your victories. We are sharing in your joy. Oh, I want to hear all of your good news. What are you excited about this weekend? Maybe you have some graduations in your life. I know it's prom at a lot of schools, kind of bringing back some memories there. Fundraisers are happening. Maybe you're just going to work on the lawn. Maybe you're going to mow your lawn and stick it to the bees. Take that, pollinators. I don't know. Let us know. Share your good news on Facebook, and we'll share some of that coming up in just a couple minutes. An alternative fuel grown in Minnesota could help drive down gasoline prices this summer. On average, here's what you're paying for a gallon of unleaded, about $4.10 in Minnesota, according to AAA. E15 blend can be a little cheaper. It includes 15% ethanol from corn. Biofuel is safe for most cars made in the last 20 years. Used to be banned in the summer because of concerns about smog, but the Environmental Protection Agency says it shouldn't hurt our air quality.
It's a 15% blend of ethanol, and it generally sells for anywhere from 5 to 40 cents per gallon cheaper than the regular grade of gas. The mileage difference is very minor. The cost savings far outweigh any differences in mileage.
About 420 gas stations in the state offer E15. That's about 20% of the gas stations in Minnesota. The number continues to grow. Obviously, the Corn Growers Association loves this because, you know, they get to sell more corn. It gives them a bigger market. And they stress that the ethanol doesn't take away from the food supply. Starch taken out of the corn for fuel, and the protein in that corn is left to be used for livestock feed and food. People who rely on Social Security benefits might get their biggest cost of living adjustment since 1981. And people need it, right? Because of inflation. Advocacy Group for Older Americans is saying, we expect about an 8.6% hike. They use a formula kind of based on inflation, cost of living. And so the typical Social Security check right now, the monthly check is about $16.58. Would go up about $142. So that's significant. It's not like you're really going to be profiting off of this, right? All of your expenses are up, but hopefully this will help you meet your needs. And Social Security Administration makes the official determination, the cost of living increase set in October. Starting today, it's the Minnesota Republican State Convention. Let's get ready to rumble. Gubernatorial candidates. Here they are in the center ring. I don't know. Is it going to be that exciting? Maybe. It's going to be a slugfest down there, don't you think? They're in Rochester. More than 2,000 delegates will try to endorse a candidate to run against Democratic Governor Tim Walz. Got people sort of all over the spectrum. Some of these candidates are talking quite a bit about COVID. The way Governor Walz handled things. Dr. Scott Jensen has been very publicly skeptical of coronavirus vaccines and mandates. You got the Senate Majority Leader, Paul Gazelka, in there. Business executive Kendall Qualls, who's been talking really not so much about COVID, trying to maybe take a page out of the handbook of what we've seen some other Republican gubernatorial candidates around the country. Republicans in Minnesota have had a major drought. They have not won a single statewide office since 2006. But this time around, there are a lot of issues that Republicans see giving them an opening. Minnesota Democrats will hold their state convention, a little less exciting for them because they have all incumbents in all of their spots. That'll be one weekend later. Who wants to bet on your favorite Minnesota sports team? Yeah, Ron does. Boy, wouldn't you have loved to put all your money down on the Wild last night? Who would have made that bet, though? Last night, the Minnesota House voted to legalize sports gambling. And there are some unique things. This has come up before, never happened in Minnesota. Fans would be able to place bets at casinos or through like kind of apps or whatever on their phone. But the program would be run by Minnesota tribes. This is, on the one hand, what is giving this a chance for success. On the other, it may sink it because some Senate Republicans want to let racetracks in on the action as well. So we'll see if they're able to work this out. We do have legalized sports gambling in every state bordering us. And so that's driving some of the urgency on this. The legislative session ends in 2 weeks. This is one of the toughest things to do in sports. Speaking of gambling, and it's not going to happen this year. No Triple Crown winner in horse racing because Rich Strike, the 80-1 long shot, with that amazing victory at the end of the Kentucky Derby. It was so exciting. Rich Strike coming out of nowhere. And the long shot wins, and he's tired. Rich Strike taking a couple of weeks off. His trainer says he's got to rest and recover from that Derby victory. They say their plan all along was to do the Derby, which, remember, they were actually not in the initial field of, I think there were 20 horses in the Derby, and they were like 21, number one on the waiting list, and no one had dropped until the day before. One of the horses dropped out, and Rich Strike got to run. Anyway, Rich Strike will run in the Belmont. Not in, what's the second one in the Triple Crown? It's the Preakness. Not going to run in the Preakness. Thank you, Addie, for helping me out there. So that is how it's going to be. Fishing opener tomorrow. Are you hitting the lakes? A lot more people have been fishing in Minnesota during the pandemic, looking for a way to go outside safely and still socialize and all of that. Bait and fishing shops have been sort of hitting the jackpot, right? We visited Capra Sporting Goods in Blaine, and they said, yeah, we're going to have huge crowds before the opener. You can find all the bait and worms you need this year, so that's good. But they've struggled. There are some tougher items to find, and some of the prices are higher, too.
We're doing great. Business is fantastic. We're selling just about everything we can get our hands on. The problem is some of the stuff that's really in high demand we can't get. And we'd be doing substantially better if we had it, such as trolling motors and fish finders and even rods and reels. Some of them are hard to get.
You know, jiggers and bobbers and waxworms, and a lot of people are still going to be on the lakes. But look at these stats from the DNR. It's a little surprising, isn't it? Down 25% when it comes to fishing licenses sold. So compared to the same time, this is kind of year over year. Yeah, look at that. Like in 2021, about 355,000. This year so far, just 267. They say some of that is because of the weather. It's just been so cold. People aren't in the mindset. But I bet a lot of licenses will be sold today, right? Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan are going to kick off the walleye fishing season today and tomorrow. They'll be around Cass Lake and around Lake Winnie. And so we'll be monitoring that today. And if we had gambling in this state, I would put my money on Flanagan, right? Who's going to catch the bigger fish? Come on. Up on Lake Winnipegosh? Winnipegashish? What's that?
Let's start with
A fish, yes. Let's see if they can catch one. That's right. You don't need a high-end boat or fancy electronics to go out there and fish this spring. Mike Max was hanging out with an area fishing guide. And kind of a good tip on the channels from the shore and what time you should be fishing them.
And then as soon as it turns to getting light, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'd back off to about 16 feet of water right at the mouth of those channels. And you're going to find walleye stacked up there all the way till about 10 o'clock in the morning. Then they're going to back off to deep water or go hide in the weeds, then head out and fish bass in the northerns.
There it is. All right, we showed you this video earlier this week, these couple of daredevil pilots doing this stunt for Red Bull. They were flying in the air and they were trying to parachute into each other's planes, kind of a pilot switch. And the FAA, this thing failed, by the way. The pilots were okay, but didn't work. So the FAA took away their licenses. They were flying over the Arizona desert. One of them crashed. The other guy got into the other plane and rescued it. Officials said the stunt, organized by Red Bull, was careless and reckless, which, frankly, if you're Red Bull, you're like, cool, right? This is what we do. This is the idea. It's Red Bull. We're not selling like, old-timey lemonade. It's Red Bull. What we do is careless and reckless. So those guys aren't going to fly again. A couple of weekend road closures might affect your drive starting at 8 o'clock tonight. Part of northbound 77 right over the Mississippi River. So this is like if you're going from Mall of America towards 494, like towards the airport, that part is going to be shut down between the river, Minnesota River, and Interstate 494. MnDOT resurfacing the pavement there. Then same bit, 10 o'clock tonight, I-94 closing between 35W and Nicollet Avenue in Minneapolis. So this might affect you. I don't know, if you're coming up from 35W, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get back like onto 94, onto North 35. So, or same deal, like if you're coming from St. Paul, headed out towards the western suburbs. So there will be detours. You kind of exit early and scoot through the city. Same deal, kind of fixing some of the concrete pavement out there, and it should be open by Monday morning. Good news Friday. Let's hear it. Let's lay a little love on everybody. Let's see what you're excited about. Here's some of your feedback. Pam Williams looking forward to the nice weather. Oh, yes. Her daughter's boyfriend graduating from grad school. Congratulations to him. And Pam, it's going to be perfect for that. Oh, Todd's going to the Jeremy Messersmith concert in Red Wing with a good friend that he hasn't seen since last summer. I love Jeremy Messersmith. Such a great guy and so talented. What a fun show. In a terrific town, Red Wing, too. Go visit the Hamish bakery down there for us. Jackie Martin, tonight is my kids' school carnival. Oh my gosh, my kids are too old. I miss the school carnival. Cakewalk. I have won a couple cakewalks before. I'm quite skilled at it. Mama's bringing home a cake tonight. No matter how many miles my kids have to walk, we will win. Very good, Jackie. Good luck tonight. You get the cake. You get the cake. Couple more I want to share. Suzanne Baldwin is buying a new to me used car. So that's fun. All of our cars have been used. And it's still like, it kind of has the new car smell still. How did they do that? I don't know. Becca Jagodzinski, celebrating my husband's 40th birthday on Sunday. A young man, the big 4-0. Congratulations on that. I'll be spending my money, I will be spending my money, but I'm going to spend my weekend helping raise money for the University of Minnesota Masonic Children's Hospital. So we've got Wine Fest all weekend. So a couple events today that I'm going to MC and a couple events tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'll be MCing the Wine Fest Gala, which we hope to raise $1 million to help children's health at Fairview, whatever they call it now, it's a million names. Fairview, M Health, University of Minnesota, Masonic. Everybody gets it. I'm trying to get DeRusha on there. If I can work that in, I don't think my donation is anywhere close to where that needs to go. But I'll be emceeing with Jamie Yukas. Jamie Yukas, CBS News correspondent, my former co-anchor on WCCO This Morning. She's in town, so we're excited for that. So check my Facebook page. We'll be sharing some pictures from hanging out with the Ukester this weekend. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We're going to do this again on Monday. Whether you like it or not, we're doing it. So I'll see you then. Have a great weekend.